If you're over 38 to 40 years old or older, have you ever watched a video on making money online with digital products and asked, why does it seem to be only talking to 22-year-olds with no experience, no track record, and nothing to lose? And have you ever wondered, is this not for me after the career or vocation, after I've run a business, been married, got a mortgage, and own a home, and had children? You're not crazy for feeling that way because our society puts an unreasonable value on youth, which completely misses the mark. Why? Because if you're 38 years or older and you spent a decade or more building real skill in your profession, most of that content has never been built for you to begin with. It assumes that you're starting from zero, and it assumes you have endless free time to learn a brand new skill from scratch with no responsibilities, no career, and no reputation to protect. But here's the truth. You're not too old to do this. That's just your comfort zone whispering to you and a false narrative that you've been sold. The reality is you're in the prime of your earning years due to your experience and your age. You're not a blank slate, and your greatest hour is yet to be told. Hi, I'm Billy. I'm a writer and digital strategist and founder of the Everflow method. And I'm someone who spent almost 2 decades in this space, most of it behind the scenes. Today, I'm going to show you a completely different path to making money online with the greatest asset that you have, but you probably don't realize. And by the end of this video, I'm going to give you a simple exercise. You can literally do this in a weekend, in a morning, that it will start surfacing income opportunities for you that you didn't know you had that have been sitting inside your own life experience. Let's get into it. The reason why a lot of the advice that you find about selling digital products in this space is that most of it's really built for the wrong person. And let's be honest about what most make money online content actually looks like. Drop shipping, affiliate hacks, learn to code in 30 days, flip this, promote that, chase whatever's trending on social media this week. And all of that advice shares one hidden assumption, that you're starting with nothing, no experience, no credibility, no income to protect, no family depending on you, just time and lots of it. If that's not your life, and for most people watching this, it isn't, that advice doesn't just feel unhelpful, it feels like it's talking past you. Now, here's the reframe I want you to sit with for the rest of this video. This was never about starting over. It's about translation, not transformation. You already have the raw material. You just haven't been shown how to extract it. So let's fix that, because the exercise I'm about to walk you through is where this whole thing actually starts. Now, let's unpack finding what you forgot you already knew. Here's an exercise I give people in exactly your position, and it's simple enough to do this weekend. Take a Sunday morning, for example, sit down with a blank sheet of paper and write down 100 accomplishments from your career and your life. Not just promotions and awards. Include the hard seasons you survived, the problems you solved that nobody else could, the health challenges that you or a loved one may have had that you had to get through, the mistakes that you made and corrected, people that depend on you that got into trouble for whatever reason, and you had to help navigate them and display real leadership at that moment. The moment someone came to you specifically because you were the one who knew what to do. Now, once you have that list, go back through it and break each item down to first principles. What actually produced that result? What did you notice that other people around you missed? What belief or habit guided that decision? Now, here's something important to understand. You don't know what you don't know, and that cuts both ways. A beginner doesn't know where their gaps are, but an expert often doesn't know which parts of their own knowledge are actually rare, valuable, and hard-won. It's just normal to you. You've been doing it so long, it doesn't feel like a skill anymore. It just feels like Tuesday. Sometimes it takes someone else hearing your story and saying, wait, stop, let's unpack that one. Now, once you've got that raw list of experience sitting in front of you, there's a real question that comes right after it. And it's the one that actually scares most people off before they even start. You don't need to become a tech person. Let's name the objection directly, because I know it's sitting there. I'm not a tech person. I don't have time to start over. I don't know the first thing about funnels or websites or any of this stuff. Good news. You don't need any of that to get started, not on day one. Here's the simplified path. It starts with a single conversation, not a course, not a website, and not one single line of code that you have to create. Remember what I said in the beginning? You're going to build with an asset that you probably don't even realize you have. Well, here it is. It's you. You are the asset. Your skills, experience, and knowledge give you a distinct edge. Our society puts a premium on youth, so you hear a lot of stories about young people who make millions with internet marketing, drop shipping, or running an agency. But what is overlooked is wisdom. Now that's where you come in. I need you to write this down on a simple note for future use. Step 1, offer a paid consulting call. Something simple, 30 or 60 minutes. A modest hourly rate built around the exact expertise that you just pulled out of that 100-item list. You can set this up with nothing more than a calendar link and a way to accept payment. That single step does two things at once. It gets you paid and it gets you real data. The actual words that people use to describe their problem. The questions they ask you over and over again. What they've already tried that didn't work. Now, step 2. Once you notice the same question or problem coming up again and again, that's your signal. That pattern becomes your first low-ticket digital product. Short guide, a template, a mini training built around solving that one specific recurring problem. Step 3. As demand grows, coaching becomes a natural next step for the people who want more hands-on help. Notice what's missing from that sequence. No funnel software, no paid ads, no automation, not yet. Those tools matter eventually, but they are not the starting point, and they are not what's standing between you and your first dollar. The goal isn't a perfect course sitting on a shelf. The goal is one real paid conversation that proves the value you already knew was there. Now, a quick pause here. If this is the first Make Money Online video that's actually made sense for where you're at in life, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button to the channel. It helps this content reach more experienced professionals who've been overlooked by everyone else in this space. Now, here's the positioning line I want you to remember because it changes how you think about every piece of content you ever create. You don't need to learn a new skill. You need to learn how to sell the one you already have. Think about the version of Make Money Online content built for a 22-year-old with no track record. Their entire strategy has to be built on hype, trends, and flashy production because they don't have anything else to stand on yet. But you have something that they don't. Authority that was earned the hard way over years in the real world. That means your content doesn't need to chase trends or compete on production value. It needs to demonstrate depth, specific stories, real numbers, hard lessons. The kind of detail that only comes from having done the thing, not from reading about it or watching someone else do it. Now picture someone who spent 18 years as a project manager in construction, constantly pulling chaotic job sites back under control. That's not a boring resume line. That's a $100,000 consulting offer for small business owners drowning in operational chaos once it's positioned the right way. And that's the shift, not becoming someone new, repackaging who you've already spent a career becoming. So how do you actually put this into motion without getting overwhelmed in the first month? Let's map it out. So let's go over a simple 30-day starting sequence. In week 1, do the extraction exercise. Get your 100 accomplishments down on paper and identify 2 or 3 recurring patterns of expertise worth exploring. Week 2, set up one simple way for someone to pay you for a conversation. A calendar link and a payment processor is genuinely enough to get started. Week 3, have those conversations. Actually talk to people. Listen closely to the language they use, the objections that they raise, and what they've already tried and been disappointed by. Week 4, look for the pattern. If 2 or 3 people brought up in the the same problem in slightly different words, that's not a coincidence. That's demand pointing you towards your first real offer. Notice what this sequence is not. You are not building a product and hoping someone wants it. You are letting real conversation shape an offer that you already know people are willing to pay for. This is the exact same validate before you build principle that I've talked about before, because it's not a trend. It's just how you should avoid wasting months building the wrong thing. So, if you start to get a glimpse, the asset that you were looking for was never really missing. So let's bring this together. You are the asset. The value you have to offer is tied to the knowledge, skill, and experience from a life that you have led, which can help other people. The extraction exercise is how you find it. The simplified offer path is how you validate it. And clear positioning is how you package your offer so the right person immediately understands why they should listen to you, instead of someone 20 years younger with no track record. This was never about becoming someone new or be someone that you're not. It was about finally recognizing the value of who you already spent a life and career becoming and giving yourself permission to sell it. If you're ready to turn your experience into a real online business, I've mapped out the complete process in the free 9-step Everflow roadmap. Download it using the link in the description or in the pinned comment section below. This is the roadmap to the $10 million project, so you can follow along with me. Also, if this video gave you a new way to see your own career and the value that you have to offer, hit that like and subscribe button to the channel. It's the best way to help this content reach more experienced professionals who need to hear it, and it helps me keep making videos exactly like this one. Also, leave me a comment. What's the one thing from your career that you didn't realize was valuable until someone else pointed it out? I read every comment and I will be replying. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.